You're going over certain tips that you want people to remember. It's crucial to say, okay, how can I get them to remember this? And does every person learn the same way? No. So we may be naturally so comfortable with just talking to someone. But if that's not how they learn the best and absorb it best, we're missing a whole boat here. We want to communicate in a way that is going to reach them. So learning to figure out what is it that how they learn best, and which ways when we create a synapse can I get them to remember in the right way, that's the super important part. That's what we want to do. All right, so again, turn to your partner and say, I knew you were amazing. All right, but we're going to see how amazing you are. I'm going to teach you how to count to 10. Okay, you already know that part. So I'm going to teach you how to count to 10 in sign language. Would you please stand up? I was saying, when the bum is numb, the brain is drained. My shoe just came off. There we go. Does anyone in here sign? Yes, you do? Are you fluent? Oh, yeah, you're good. Okay, thank you. All right, so we'll teach you how to count to 10 to sign. You got it easy today. You get a little bit of a leeway here. All right, so first one is 1. So notice that my hand is facing me. In books, you may see it this way, outward. And that's okay. It's one way, but the deaf community faces it to them, 1 through 5. All right, here's 2. Is anyone lost? 2. No. Okay, all right. 3 is a European German 3. So it's different. 4. So back to what you know. 5. What one number is different? Good, 3. So turn your hand around. A hearing 3 is 6. All right, now there's a pattern. So you have pinky to thumb, raise your pinky, bring your ring finger down, that's 7. Middle finger is 8. Pointer finger is 9. And hitchhiker thumb with a wiggle is 10. This is why when you get over 40, you wear long sleeves. What wiggles here loves to jiggle here. It's true. Okay, so that's really what you want to do when you're presenting. How are you going to make it in a way that people want to pay attention? They want to be there. And with all of the distractions that are out there, how do you capture that person's attention? And then how do you keep it long enough to get through what you're doing? So any way that you can lighten it up a little bit and add a little bit more, that's crucial. Okay, so you can engage through energy. Right? Whether it's, you don't have to present like I do, for example, but I have tons of energy. I love to present. Right? So when I get up there, I'm looking at your body language. I'm trying to add in a humor. I'm looking at volume, like my volume. And so it could be something, for example, when I first came out, my mic wasn't catching it, but when I first came out, I said, good morning. But yet it was like, those around me were like, good morning. Because, it wasn't quite catching it yet. So can you raise your volume because you are super excited and this is so important, you have to know this. 2, guys, this is really important. You want to make sure you pay attention. Okay, same message, but how do you want to deliver it? What's your impact that you want to make? Gestures, movement, tone. You hear a lot of these. I am not a firm believer, and I'm not going to trash any speaking organizations that are out there by any means. But I'm not one that sits here and worries about where I'm standing, the position of my hand, and all of that. Right? To me, it's I get more caught up in how do I deliver the message in a more effective way without worrying about the position I am in and where my hand is. Right? So how can you deliver it that's comfortable for you is going to be my point with that. So take a moment and think, what have we done so far today in this presentation to engage you? Take about 30 seconds and think, what have we done so far to raise the level of engagement? I'm glad to hear you talking. I'd be worried if you didn't. We didn't do anything engaging, LaVonna, but thanks. Appreciate it. All right, so keys to memory retention, I'm going to share these very quickly. If you can pull emotions in when you present, it's huge. Whether you can get them to go, no way, that is disgusting. Or, that's so cool. That really happened? That reminds me of Grandma's cookies. Any kind of emotion, it's a key to memory retention. It goes right back into here where I talked about Alzheimer's attacking short-term memory to long-term memory. Right? It's that same thing. Emotions are embedded right in that same location. Repetition. I know it's a time factor, but how can you repeat that information to people, but do it in multiple ways? So that one, it doesn't get boring, because if it gets boring, you lose them, right? But also the second part is to lock in that memory. Remember, neurons that fire together wire together. So how can you lock in that memory? All right. So I want you to do this. I want you to think about, what are your strengths when it comes to presenting? When you're working with others, what are your strengths? What are you phenomenal at? What are you good at? Take that, and I want you to marry that with your passion. So whatever that passion is, take that and add perseverant action, meaning non-stoppable, because you should be unstoppable with everything that you do. Don't expect yourself to be someone you're not, and don't expect yourself to be something great at something that you really struggle with. Skip past that. Add humor to your slides. I hope everything today was clear as mud, and I want to thank you so much for having me. You guys are awesome.